What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today we're gonna test out my very first Kemper profiles. Let's do it! Alright guys, hope you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle, and what I do is I take awesome high gain amps, guitars, cabs, speakers, pickups, pedals, overdrives, and now Kemper profilers. I record them with a simple SM57 setup, and I give you guys the unprocessed audio on your end. So if you're into E-stand or thrash riffs, drop C hardcore riffs, and dudes that have some sort of weird nasal drip lodged in the back of their throat, you're in the right place. Consider hitting the like button and subscribing on your way out so you don't miss any more of my stuff. Thanks! Okay guys, so as I have previously mentioned in a couple of videos and posts, I got a Kemper. In case you weren't aware, I don't think I've made it common knowledge enough yet. But yeah, I'm excited to jump into this. This is a new thing for me. It's something I've always been interested in, but now you guys have been asking me for profiles to profile the amps that I have here on the channel for quite a while. And I finally decided, you know what, it's time, let's do it. So I got this thing in earlier this week, and honestly, I fired it up and immediately went into the profiling process, see if it was something that was gonna be way beyond my capabilities, my skill level, or comprehension, because I was always a little bit nervous to try it. I always felt like it was gonna be way more difficult than I was capable of doing, for lack of a better word, I guess. So I just happened to have an EVH 5153 50 watt 6L6 model sitting there as I was messing around with this thing. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try to do a couple of profiles, see how they come out. I spent some time messing around with it. And honestly, when I was playing it directly through my monitors, I felt like it was really quite accurate to the amp, and I was pretty happy with how things came out. So I decided to export those profiles and then make a post asking if anybody wanted to test them out. I ended up getting a whole bunch of test subjects. I probably sent the profiles to 50 people total and asked them for their honest feedback. I really wanted people to tell me what they liked, what they disliked, what they thought that I could improve, what they thought that I could spend more time on. And the overwhelming majority of the feedback that I got was just people saying that they sounded really good, which I'm not bragging, it blew me away. Like, I figured that they were gonna suck. I figured that I was gonna send them out to people and they were like, here is everything wrong with this profile. Here are some good examples of people who actually know what they're doing. You really need to get on this level before you even consider doing anything with this. That's what I was expecting, and that's honestly, like, it would not have hurt my feelings at all. That's what I was really waiting for experienced Kemper users to tell me, but that was not the feedback that I got. People were genuinely impressed. Some said that they were actually going to use those profiles in some upcoming mix and reamp sessions. So I'm just really personally hoping that it wasn't a fluke and that my first try, you know, I can continue to capture things successfully moving forward. But yeah, I was really kind of taken aback and surprised at the positive feedback that I got. So I figured, you know what? I want to give these profiles that I made to everybody just as a sample of what I'm going to be doing here. My profiles are gonna remain simple. I'm probably not gonna go super deep into the effects stuff. I'm going to let you guys kind of put that stuff into the profiles as you see fit, as I'm going to be profiling a lot of amps as I demo them on the channel, and I'm just really not gonna have time to make super detailed Kemper packs for you guys. So most of mine are going to be DI profiles with the amp itself with a couple of different settings, and then a few of my favorite boosts in front of them, and then I will do some merged profiles with a couple of different speaker cabinets and give you guys all that for each amp. But with that being said, I kind of wanted to explore them for the first time with you guys because I have not actually played these through a speaker, through an amp, or anything like that. I literally made the profiles, exported them, and sent them out, and I haven't touched them since. So for that, we are running the Kemper currently through the 6L6 power section of my Mezza Barba Trinity. And then I also have a Seymour Duncan power stage here. We'll hear how these things sound through both a somewhat flavored tube power amp, and then we'll hear how they sound through what is supposed to be a very clean, a very accurate reproduction, solid state power amp in the Seymour Duncan. So I have not heard these yet. I have no idea what they're gonna sound like. So yeah, here we go. Hopefully they don't suck. What the hell? That sounds really good. Dude! That sounds really good to me. Like, really good. This is, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is labeled EDI. I went in and fixed the label on all my profiles in Rig Manager, but for some reason it didn't carry over. All this is my straight capture of the blue channel of the EVH and nothing else. So there's no overdrives or anything. I just dialed it in until I thought it sounded good for my personal taste, and this is what we have. So, dude, what the hell? That sounds really good. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you guys don't think so, but I definitely captured my tone for sure because this sounds good to me. All right, that sounds awesome. First thing I'm noticing is it definitely has that little bit of a nasally quality that the blue channel of the 5150 50-watt 6L6 has. It captured that nicely. It definitely has the smooth gain structure for sure. One thing I am noticing in the presence, there is what seems to be a little bit of digital artifacting. But you pull that presence down and it's like gone. And then maybe let's just add a little treble to compensate. It didn't change the top end that much. By the way, this is the first time I've ever dialed in a Kemper. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you make little adjustments, it pretty much keeps the amp's voice intact. So we're gonna keep it to minimal adjustments, but taking a little bit of that presence out and a little bit of the treble. That's awesome. I waited way too long to get one of these things, by the way. These profiles are free, by the way, so I'm not trying to sell you anything. Like, I'm gonna give these to you guys. I'm gonna put a link in the description. These are yours for free. I'm just kind of blown away at how good it sounds. One thing I will notice, it does feel a little bit tighter, unboosted than, you know, the real amp. It does, I would imagine that has something to do with it maybe being a digital signal. I don't really know. I don't have a lot of experience with these things, but it definitely has a nice low end punch. Let's actually see if we dial up the bass, if it kind of gives it a little bit more of that unboosted feel. Yeah, it definitely pushes the low end very quickly. Let's pull that back down just a little bit. And then how's the gain work on this? I'm talking too much. Let's go over to, okay, so this is the 5150 blue channel with the Mud Killer. You guys know I love the Electric Eye Mud Killer, so that was one of the first ones I wanted to try capturing. Let's see how that sounds. I think it sounds good. I think this actually has less of that artificial high-end thing going on. Sounds great to me. Let's do a tad bit of treble, like 0.3. And a tad bit of middle. And let's reduce the bass just a little bit. Okay, I like Kempers now apparently too. If I can do my own captures, I like it. So let's go over to the blue channel with the duality. That is the duality. Seriously, that is the green channel of the duality. Like right away I can hear it. This is cool. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm having a good time. One thing I will say that I noticed, the feel doesn't change much between the unboosted and the boosted profiles. They do feel a little bit faster and a tad bit tighter, but overall, it doesn't seem like they have changed all that much in the low end response. They still feel punchy and tight. The amp unboosted felt punchy and tight, but just kind of had a different thing going on. So that's kind of interesting. I kind of wish that I would be able to feel like it was boosted a little bit better. But that's my own personal preference, and maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. If you guys end up getting these profiles and testing them out, let me know. And if you're a big Kemper user and you're a big Kemper profiler, and there are ways to kind of bake that in a little bit better, let me know on that too, because I am all ears for suggestions on this stuff. Let's turn up the gain, because it is a little low on the gain. All right, let's get a little bit more bass. Just 0.2. Oh, it sounds good. Okay, let's do a little bit more treble, just like a 0.1, and let's remove some of that presence. Let's pull that presence down about 0.5. All right, moved too much of it. Let's get a little bit more on it. Let's go to plus 0.1. It sounds really good. The middle, let's bump the middle by nope, not that much. 0.3. Treble, let's get that to 0.3 and a tad more gain. I don't know, man. This sounds good to me. All right, man, that sounds good. This is probably my least favorite of the three. I think I need to work on that one a little bit. It seemed to be missing a little bit of the gain overall and a little bit of the mids of the 5150. So little tweaking on that one, and I think I would be more happy with it. But overall, I think all three of these sound great. I just burped. Really good. All right, so let's go over to the Duncan Power stage, because I doubt most people bringing in Kemper to a gig are going to be plugging into a tube amp. They're probably going to be bringing it for portability reasons, I would imagine. All right, guys, so we are now on the Duncan Power stage. I have touched nothing on the Kemper, and here's what we have. Still sounds good to me. It's a little light in the low end. Let's push the low end up a little bit. It's hard to match the fullness of the power section of the Mezza bar, but that's for sure. But on this, it feels very tight. Yeah, just adjusting the settings on the Duncan Power stage just a little bit, and it feels much more natural already. Sounds great to me. It really does. I really like what I'm hearing, that's for sure. Let's go over to the Mud Killer profile again, back to stock. A lot of people told me this was their favorite profile, and I get it. I think this is where it's at for me too. All right, that sounds really good. Let's get a tad more treble on that. All right, so the bass was sounding a little woofy on this particular profile, and I think it was just louder overall because it was clipping the Duncan power stage. But now we have fixed that, and here's how the low end sounds. Sounds great, seriously, it really sounds good. Last but not least, my unboosted profile. Naturally, this one has the least amount of upper mids and needs a little bit of a treble boost, but again, it sounds pretty good right off the bat. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. I think these things sound great. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about them. I am genuinely extremely happy, extremely surprised at how good they sound on both the tube power amp and the Duncan solid state or the power stage. I was not expecting that. I mean, people told me that they sounded good. I was hoping that people weren't just, you know, kissing my ass just because. I did get a couple of people who gave me some very honest feedback, very detailed, and even in their feedback, they were very generous with how good that they thought that the amps sounded. But I was really, you know, expecting to plug into these and be underwhelmed, and I got the complete opposite. I think they sound fantastic. I really liked it through the tube power amp. I thought they sounded great through the Duncan power stage. I'm surprised, man. I'm happy that to give you guys these profiles for free. If you are a Kemper user, they will be down in the description of this video. I hope you enjoy them. Again, please download them if you have a Kemper. Try them out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm very genuinely curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Thanks for checking this video out. If this is your first time here, hit that like button and subscribe. This is kind of a weird first video to come to, but if it is, I appreciate you being here anyways, and I hope to see you keep coming back. If you guys want to support my channel and what I do here, of course, all the applicable affiliate links apply. I'm running out of words here at this point, but you know what I mean. Sweetwater affiliate link, click that thing, get yourself something nice from Sweetwater, costs you nothing extra. I get a little kickback and it helps me invest back into the channel. Very much appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time.